Star Wars Episode 2 and 3. Few characters in movie history have been hated as intensely as Jar Jar Binks.
My forgotten. The bosses would do terrible things to me. Terrible things to me if me going back there.
When The Phantom Menace in 1999 hit theaters, fans expected the triumphant return to the Star Wars galaxy. Instead, they were met with slapstick humor, goofy dialogue, and one of the most despised characters ever created. Jar Jar Binks was designed to appeal to younger audiences, but instead he became the symbol of everything wrong with the prequel trilogy. The backlash was so overwhelming that George Lucas and Lucasfilm had no choice but to course correct. By Attack of the Clones in 2002, Jar Jar was barely present, and by The Revenge of the Sith in 2005, he was completely sidelined, silent, and almost invincible, appearing only in the background of a political scene. It was one of the clearest examples of a studio quietly acknowledging, yep, maybe the fans were right. Years later, even the novels would confirm his sad fate, reduced to a street performer mocked by his own people. So Jar Jar became a cultural tale, proof that one misjudged character can rewrite an entire franchise strategy. Star Trek Beyond 2016. When J.J. Abrams rebooted Star Trek in 2009, it was sleek, fast, and full of lens flares. But fans noticed it felt suspiciously like Star Wars. The second film, Into the Darkness in 2013, only worsened that perception, turning Gene Roddenberry's thoughtful science fiction into pure blockbuster chaos. Die-hard Trekkies weren't shy about voicing their anger online. Where's the philosophy? Where's the exploration? The soul? So when Star Trek Beyond 2016 came along, the creative team, including Simon Pegg, listened. Pegg, a lifelong fan himself, promised that Beyond would return to the roots of Star Trek exploration, teamwork, and moral storytelling. He said, Star Wars is science fantasy and Star Trek is science fiction. They're not the same thing.
It's important that we work together. Star Trek is about a future where we've done that and we've transcended all of our prejudices, not just with each other, but with other species, and we're out there doing good.
The change worked. Beyond embraced the optimism and humanism of the original series. Critics praised it as the first reboot entry that truly felt like Star Trek. And for once, Hollywood didn't just hear the fans. It actually understood them. See what happens when you listen to the fans? Justice League 2017. If there's one film that proves fan movements can change Hollywood, it's Justice. Brothers panicked after the grim tone of Batman v Superman in 2016 received criticism. So they hired Avengers director Joss Whedon to rework the movie into and one of the biggest online campaigns in film history. Hashtag released the Snyder Cut. After 4 years of relentless pressure, petitions, tweets, and billboards, Warner finally gave in. Alien Covenant 2017. When Ridley Scott returned to his iconic Alien universe with Prometheus in 2012, fans expected a terrifying return of the xenomorph. But instead, they got cryptic space engineers and philosophical conversations about creation. Critics appreciated, but fans cried, where's the freaking monster? Scott heard the backlash loud and clear, despite previously claiming the beast is done.
Well, I think the beast has almost run out, personally. So you got to...
I got the stock just dipped.
He later admitted he was wrong. He said, we discovered the fans were frustrated. They wanted the original creature. So when Alien Covenant in 2017 arrived, the xenomorph was back, deadlier than ever. Alongside a new breed, the Neomorph. It wasn't just fan service, it was a course correction. Scott balanced existential horror with classic creature terror. While the film's box office didn't match expectations, it proved one thing: never underestimate nostalgia, especially for a movie like Alien. Hellboy 2019. When Ed Skrein, a white British actor, was cast as Japanese-American character Ben Daimyo in Hellboy 2019, fans immediately erupted online. It was yet another instance of Hollywood whitewashing a character of color, something the industry has been repeatedly criticized for. To his credit, Skrein did something rare. He listened. Within days, he voluntarily stepped down, saying, representation of ethnic diversity is important. It is our responsibility to make moral decisions in difficult times.
You know, I made that decision and wrote that statement because it was my belief. I didn't know how people would react to it, and I was willing I was open to them not reacting well to it.
His decision drew widespread praise, and the studio replaced him with lost actor Daniel Kim.
And I thought we were supposed to be fighting monsters, not working with them.
Who you calling monster, pal? You look in the mirror recently, Scarface?
Is that meant to be humor?
The movie earned respect from fans who appreciated the authenticity was finally being prioritized over star casting. While Hellboy itself bombed at the box office, this casting change became one of the few moments where Backlash led to genuine progress. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2014. When word got out that Prison Break star William Fichtner, a white American actor, was cast as Shredder, fans immediately pointed out a glaring problem. The villain, originally known as Oroku Saki, was Japanese. Turning him into a white corporate villain was seen as another tone-deaf move by Hollywood. The backlash online was swift and brutal. Social media demanded that an Asian actor should be cast instead. Facing growing criticism, Michael Bay and the production team decided to rewrite and reshoot portions of the film. They hired Japanese-American actor Tohoru Masamune to restore the character's authenticity. Masamune himself even commented, "I'm pretty sure Shredder was Asian. The last time I checked, he was pretty Japanese all the way through." It was a costly fix. Reshoots delayed the movie, but fans appreciated the studio made the effort. The final result wasn't perfect, but at least the villain looked like the villain fans had grown up fearing. Green Lantern, 2011. Before Ryan Reynolds ever donned the glowing ring, Warner Brothers had a very different Green Lantern in mind. A goofy comedy starring Jack Black, just similar to what they're doing with Anaconda now. Written by SNL's Robert Smigel, the early 2000s script followed the hapless reality TV star accidentally chosen by the Power Ring. When the idea leaked online, fans went ballistic. Comic book forums erupted with outrage at the thought that one of DC's most serious heroes turned into a freaking Minecraft hero. As Smigel himself later admitted, "If I were a die-hard fan, I'd feel personally insulted." Warner quickly backtracked, canceling the comedy and going for a serious tone instead. The final product, well, it was the 2011 Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds, and it still ended up unintentionally funny. But at least, it wasn't a parody. Ghost in the Shell, 2017. Ghost in the Shell was supposed to be a love letter to the legendary Japanese anime. But instead, when Scarlett Johansson was cast as the lead character, Major Motoko Kusanagi, fans accused the production of blatant whitewashing. The controversy went global. Think pieces, petitions, and hashtags spread faster than the movie's own marketing. Rumors even circulated that producers briefly tested digital effects to make Johansson's appear more Asian. A plan quickly abandoned once they realized how offensive it was. My goodness, I hope that's not true. The final film looked visually stunning, but it bombed, earning less than half its budget back. Critics and audiences agreed. No matter how good the visuals were, the soul of Ghost in the Shell was lost in translation. It became a turning point for Hollywood casting, a high-profile example of what happens when studios ignore the culture behind the story. That's 8 minutes. Thank you for watching. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe for more flops.